Steve, how you do?
Good.
I'm Mike McCluskey here with Steve Smith. Steve is the man that provided the inspiration and the organization to put this tremendous community project together. And I am driving by every day, Steve, and I see progress going on. I thought this would be a good opportunity for you and I to spend a few minutes and have you explain to the people that will view this your vision for this. What do you want to see happen? For example, I know your vision is that this is a community stadium, not just a football. How you came up with the idea and where you see this going. So I'm going to step out of the picture here. I just wanted to introduce you, and then I'll be behind the camera asking you questions.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, originally the idea was, you know, we could do something. Obviously, the football field, you know, it was done many years ago, and it was due for a facelift, and so I kind of looked at that, and I'll tell you, the kids, even though this isn't all about football, the kids have really worked awful hard. The youth program, they've worked awful hard in football. There's a lot of notoriety for our community, and you know, but you know, having said that, it's for the youth football on Saturdays, 3 or 4 games every Saturday, JVs on Thursday, and varsity on Friday. But it's a lot more than that. I mean, you know, we've got soccer played here. We've got the bands perform here. There's track and field. You know, there's different regional meets that hopefully we can host by having a facility like this with a very user-friendly facility. We've tried to design it as user-friendly as possible. And as Mike has asked me to give you a little preview of what we're doing here, and I think you'll get more of an idea of what I mean by user-friendly and convenient. We want to try to do a facility that can be used for a lot of things, like Relay for Life, outdoor graduation, be real accessible, and also be real accessible not just to the regular normal fan with that can get around real good, but anyone that finds himself in a wheelchair or having trouble with steps and things like this. We're just going to try to make some improvements and some new things that'll hopefully make it a lot easier and a lot more user-friendly.
Well, I know, Steve, I coached college football and I recruited all over the state of Michigan, and I have to say I've never seen anything that, even in its non-finished state like it is right now, that is going to look like this is going to. Where did you go to get your ideas for this?
Well, really, like I said, I go back to the fact that there's when this was built, it was the premier football field and sports facility for high school in our county, actually. But you know, the concession and the bathrooms, you know, we get big crowds. We aren't really able to handle them, and the last few years I've really been looking at that and thinking we've got to do something. You know, I figured, you know, the state's broke more or less, and we have to do this with private funds because we can't turn to the school to try to do it. They've got other more pressing, really more important issues. This is even though it's you know, very important to me and a lot of people are supporting this project, it's still more important that their monies go towards education, which is really the core reason we have schools, you know.
Well, I know, Steve, when I drive by, and again, I live just across the street, so I drive by almost every day, and I always see you here. You're here literally almost from sunup to sunset. But I know you're the brains and you're providing the momentum behind it, but I know there's a lot of other people in groups and involved in this, and it really has become a community thing, hasn't it?
Right. It's the ICAA, the Ithaca Community Alumni Association has raised approximately $200,000 to go towards doing this project. And there's just, you know, the board and many people have purchased plaques. We're going to have a plaque wall that we'll get to a little later. We're going to have a plaque wall where people can honor their loved ones that have passed, or they can just honor their mother and their father, or they can honor their kids, or whatever. What I originally had this idea because we really needed the renovation, and I kind of was looking at and thinking, you know, what can I do for the community that would benefit most people. I know a lot of people look at it like, well, this is a football field. It's like I said earlier, there's so many more things go on here. And you know, it doesn't just benefit the school. It doesn't just benefit the kids who play football or soccer or track or compete in the band and stuff. It can be used for an awful lot of things, and the location of it, you know, the location is just huge. You know, this location's it's $1 million location to say this is Ithaca. You know, not just this is Ithaca High School. You know, this is Ithaca because, you know, with the relationship to 27, a major highway, has about 20,000 cars a day. You know, if the football field and the school and stuff was on the west side of town, say, this is the best way for me to explain it. If it's on the west side of town, you know, I'd want to renovate it and I'd want it to be nice for the kids and everybody. But if it didn't have that location, to be honest with you, I wouldn't make it as eye-popping or eye-appealing from 27. But with this location, it's in any business or in anything, when you got a location, you got to capitalize on it. And I really believe with this location, doing a real nice job and letting people going that extra mile on what we're doing here as a group, as a community, really makes sense because it promotes Ithaca as well as Ithaca High School. So, you know, I really think, personally, I really believe that this will touch and affect more people than anything else I could do in town. And, you know, maybe there'll be something else that somebody will come up with that would be more beneficial to everybody. But, you know, aunts, uncles, you know, fans, kids, everybody is going to be able to come and enjoy things at this venue. And I can't think of anything else I could do or try to get people to get on board to do with me that would really benefit the whole community. So that's really the way I guess where I look at it.
Well, you've shared some of the different aspects that you're going to put into this, and I'm thinking Ford Field and I'm thinking Comerica Park. But let's take a break and let's start walking around, and you'll be our tour guide. You'll give us a tour on what you're doing. How's that sound?
That sounds great. How's that so far?